Hello everyone, it's appleminte and welcome back again to my channel. As always, I post a new video every Friday, so if you're interested in art-related videos, please consider subscribing. I'd really appreciate it. So today's video is actually pretty unplanned. I was at Michael's shopping looking for some watercolors for a different video, and I stumbled upon something that has apparently been out for a while and I've never seen. I live under a rock, I guess. So I was at Michael's and I saw these markers. I'll just play the clip. Okay, so I'm here at Michael's and I was looking for watercolor originally, but I need to show you what I found because I think a video needs to be made about this immediately. What is this? This is Crayola. And they have markers, like blending markers. They kind of look Copic-ish. I mean, they also have these that are brush and detail markers, but then I saw these that are for blending and they look a lot closer to Copic. So I'm thinking that I kind of want to try these out. How much do you cost? Tell me magical price check. 12. I'm just gonna put this in here and ignore the scarecrow. It's the fall. I'm getting excited. So yeah, I guess my watercolor comparison video will have to wait because this marker video is gonna happen. You guys need to see something real quick. Halloween, fall. No, it's fall. So yeah, I have these Crayola blending markers. I don't really know how they're gonna work because A, they're Crayola, and I'm not saying Crayola's bad. I think Crayola's fine. I'm just a little skeptical, okay? I've never seen Crayola make a marker that wasn't water-based. Let's just get into trying them out. I wanna know how they work. I wanna know, are they worth it? Does it blend? Anyway, let's just get into the video because I'm sure you wanna know. Okay, so the top card here got the names of all of the colors along with the 2 colorless blenders. Now it doesn't say anything specifically about them being alcohol or water-based markers. The fact that they blend is making me think they might be alcohol-based markers. Looks like we've got our 14 colors and then the 2 colorless blenders are right here. So we'll take this blue one and open it up to see what they look like. So they're smaller than I thought they would be. I guess from the picture, they looked like so much bigger, but I think the cap just made it look a lot bigger. So I'm gonna take these out and we'll test out a few of these colors. So I'm just gonna pull out the pink one and give it a try. This color is called Bubblegum, but I'm gonna just give it a try. I gave it a sniff and it actually has that alcohol-y smell. Right now I'm testing it on regular printer paper and then we'll test it out on marker paper. Overall, the color is pretty nice. It's pretty vibrant, but I mean, I do see around the edges here, it's a little weird. I don't really know what's happening there. It's not exactly even. So now I want to take the colorless blender real quick and I'm really curious to know, does this actually work? So I'm just gonna pass over the side here. Okay, wait, what is happening? Do you guys see this? Why is it making it a different color? That's not blending, that's just, I don't know what to say. I feel deceived. I don't know what's happening. So to test these markers, I'm going to be using my B paper and we are going to see how these blend. So I've got my 2 Crayola markers here and now I have 2 Copics that are similar colors. So we're gonna test them out and see how they blend. And as you can see, I also have the Crayola colorless blender and the Copic colorless blender. Now, the whole point of a colorless blender is that it's basically just blank alcoholic ink to help you blend colors together. I don't understand if there's something weird in this formula for the colorless blender here, or if their inks just don't blend with each other. We're gonna start on the Crayola side. I'm going to take cornflower, color it right here, as I normally would. Going to do the same thing on this side with the Copic. So far so good. It's not seeming bad from the start. All right, so we're gonna do the test and we're going to add the blue, the darker blue, which one? This is just called blue. Okay, fun. And now I'm gonna take the sky from Copic and I'm just gonna do this here. And I know these aren't exactly the same. Maybe I should choose one that's a little darker. Hold on. All right, I ended up finding night blue, so let me just use this instead. So, moment of truth. All right, we'll start with the Crayola first. already hating it. I can already see that this blue isn't budging. Whatever. I will also say that these nibs are a little more rigid. See how Copic's got that like bendable nib? Whereas these, so just a little stiffer. So I'm just gonna do what I would normally do in circular motions. Usually when I'm blending Copics in general, I go back and forth with the colors multiple times. As you can see, that like destroyed it. This is still needing to be built up. This one over here is just looking a hot mess. It's not looking good. I'm gonna try a version where I just go in and do the two blues with no colorless blender. Okay, this looks better. Hold on. Is this gonna blend? Is it gonna be weird? I mean, it could just be the colorless blender. So gonna go in again with that. So it worked a lot better in terms of blending here when I just used the two blues and no colorless blender. When I introduced the colorless blender here, it was fine. When I introduced a colorless blender to this one, we're gonna figure it out together. Let's do it. Let's get into a drawing. So I don't even know where to begin with these markers. After those marker tests I did on the different kinds of paper, I was really skeptical and kind of worried about doing it on this drawing because I didn't know how it was gonna go. And as you can see, this peach is super like neon looking. I don't understand why it looks like that. But it actually does end up drawing down darker. So I was trying the tip-to-tip method at first, using the peach marker against the colorless blender and trying to see if that would make it so I could have like a lighter color, because I like to do, you know, a variety in the colors. I don't want to just use one flat color, but I kind of had no choice here because the colorless blender situation wasn't really working out, and it was the worst on the legs. Like, I left spaces open to kind of try to shade over and like blend the color over. I was like, maybe, you know, maybe it'll work this time, or maybe I just have to try harder. And like, no, it was the same exact mess that was happening on the other paper. So I was not very happy with that. Her legs kind of look like a disaster. And then I had no other choice really but to go in and shade the skin with this orange. So I'm not really like happy with the coloring so far. And I was having issues with whenever I would go over the color with another one. So I was going over the peach with the orange to shade, and the colors were like feathering out and being really like messy looking. They were going out of the lines, they were kind of mixing in weird ways, so it was not very easy to get a very clean look with the lines. And I don't know, I have a way easier time when I've used other markers, so these were just not working as well as they should have, in my opinion. And then going in with the purple on her hair, I just went in and I did like a flat base layer of light purple, and then I was just going to go over it with the dark purple to shade. And again, the same exact issue happened here that it did with the skin, where the color was just feathering out and kind of just looking messy. And as you can see, like in some areas I went out of the lines, and you might also know there's a like orange line on there. I don't really know, like out right there next to her. I have no idea when that happened. So I just like at this point didn't even care. I was like, it already looks like a mess, so we're just gonna keep pushing. So I went in with the yellow on her outfit, and honestly, I think that the shirt came out the most decent. I think just because I had a few colors I could play with, and also like yellow's kind of hard to screw up. Yellow can look good from far away, so if I had used a different color, this probably would have looked a little more of a disaster. But the shirt came out decently, and then I went in with some of the peach and I just kind of like gave it some extra shading, but like, I mean, didn't change the outcome too much, but I tried to make it a little bit more interesting because everything else was just, I was not having a very good time with these markers, and I tried my best, honestly. And then I just did some green on the skirt and tried to salvage it, but yeah, I don't know. This drawing was just really messy. There's a lot of spots where the colors bled and they went outside the lines and they were eating through the paper, so I was not very happy with the outcome of this picture. I'm not so sure how I feel about it. I mean, so the shirt area came out like okay, but when it came to like everything else, I mean, I showed it in the video, but there's like a lot of mistakes. There was a lot of bleeding. I feel like the blending was a lie. They give you like not one colorless blender, but two colorless blenders. So it's like, oh, we have extra blending. We're extra emphasis on the blending, but no blending happened. And like when I put the pink over the purple, it just kind of made it all muddy and dirty and nothing blended. So to give you my final verdict on these markers, I'm going to channel my inner Salt, my inner nerdy crafter, if you will. I was really like getting upset while I was making this video. I know they're not the worst. I know there's way worse out there, but I was just so disappointed. As for the information given, there's really none. They just say, oh, look at all the colors you get. As for the price of these markers, they're actually okay. The normal price for these markers is $20 and you get 16 markers, so 14 colors and 2 colorless blenders. So that comes out to about $1.25 a marker. It's not terrible, but I have markers that are also $1 a marker and they work pretty well. In terms of the smell of these markers, they're actually pretty terrible. Like I was actually sort of dying while I was making this video. But no, they just, oh. I inhaled that way too much. That was terrible. No, they do not smell good. They smell like chemically. I was physically in distress while coloring. That's how bad it was. And in terms of being able to shade with them and layer the colors, I did not think they had really any layerability. I mean, as you can see here with the hair, I did go over it a few times and you really don't see any difference. Like usually with Copic markers, if you layer the same color on top of itself, you can make it darker. These just did not do that. Also, when I would shade it, it was like bleeding and feathering everywhere. Like the ink is definitely not the best quality, which leads me into my next point. What is with the color range on these markers? 14 different colors. Where's the brown, first of all? Like, what if I want to color? What if I want more than one skin tone? What if I want to color a tree? I don't understand. Like, I'm too upset about this. Why do we have 2 yellows? Having a darker yellow really didn't do anything for me. So why didn't we just get rid of one of these yellows and just give us a brown? I don't get it. So the color range is kind of weird. Crayola, if you're gonna include a peach, include a brown. Like, I don't get it. So I guess if you're looking for something with a brush nib that's not too expensive, this is definitely one of the cheapest I've found in terms of, you know, having that like Copic-esque nib. I don't know, I wouldn't recommend them. If you're looking for alcohol-based markers, I would say save your money and get maybe a better brand. So overall, let's try that again. So overall, I'm not very happy with these markers. Wouldn't recommend them, and I think your money's better spent on other brands. Anyway, I hope you guys liked watching this video. I'm sorry I was really negative. I just really didn't like them, and I really had high hopes. I think my hopes were too high. So if you guys enjoyed watching this video, let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching and listening to my saltiness. And just to remind you guys, there is 1 week left of my Kickstarter. We've already unlocked a few of the stretch goals, and we're almost there to the last few stretch goals, so I'm so excited. And I want to thank everybody who's already supported it and shared it and everything, so thank you so much. And also, my shop is in the description below, along with my Instagram, where you can follow me for other artwork that I do that I don't post here on my YouTube and all that. So if you want to see that, go follow me there. And thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys in my next video, and I hope you have a beautiful day. Bye bye.